Using tables in custom pages. With Podpage, we don't limit your creativity, and we realize there are times when you need a page that doesn't already exist in Podpage. Even though we do a lot of things for you, well, you can create a custom page. And today, I wanted to show you how you can use tables in custom pages to really unlock your creativity. So let's take a peek. Here I am. I've gone to Pages. I've come down and I said, hey, make a custom page. And I've creatively named it Dave's Test Page. And so the first thing, I have a bunch of gibberish text here. And I'm going to come over here and click on this picture button. I'm going to upload a picture. And so I'm going to come over here and we'll pick that one. And you'll notice where it says this is 400 pixels wide by 533 pixels height. And when I click on that, I'm like, that's a little big. Now I could, if I wanted to, just drag and drop this. But what I'm going to do instead is say, hey, let's click on that. And can we make this 300 pixels wide? And notice, because this is locked, it's going to keep everything in proportion. And I'll click on save. And there we go. Now I could add another picture. I'll add this down here, kind of in the middle. And while I'm here, I'll click on this little picture and let me navigate to my art. And there's my artwork. I'll click on that, click on open. There's my dimensions. I'll again say, let's keep that 300 pixels. I'm just picking that just for giggles. And we'll click on save. And there it is. Now, this works fine, right? Top to bottom. But what if I wanted this text to be right next to the image? Well, I can click on this image and you'll see where if I wanted that centered, I could do this again. Come down here, do the same thing, right? That doesn't look bad. But what if, again, the goal is to have the text next to the picture? So I'm going to click here on this picture and say, hey, let's left align that. And when I do that, well, things take a turn. And that's where we're going to show how you can use tables. So if I click here, I'm going to go in and I could use this table button, but I like this one because it gives me a few more features. So I'm going to click on this and say, I want to insert a table. And I want it to be 2 columns, one for the picture, one for the text. And I want it to be 3 rows. And so I'm going to choose this here. You'll see where it says 2 by 3. And when I click on that with my mouse, there it is. And what's fun with the images, I can just click and drag that. So there it is. If I want my other one here, I'll say, let's put this one here. There it is. And you can see this one's still centered. And I'm going to say, hey, left align that. And what's fun is you can do things here like we have this middle row. I'm going to highlight both of those, go back up to my table button and say, hey, can we take those cells and merge them? And so first you highlight what you want to merge, then go up to the table button, go to table, cell, merge cells. And now I've got this. So I'm going to say, hey, let's go ahead and center this. And I'm going to call this eye-catching headline. And while I'm here, like we always do in Podpage, if I highlight that, it gives me the options and I'll say, let's make that a small header. Now I can come down, let's grab some text. So I'll just grab a couple paragraphs. I'll right click and choose cut. And let's throw that up here next to our first picture. So I'll right click and choose paste. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. Grab a couple paragraphs, right click, cut, click where you want it to go, and right click, paste. Now, one of the things you can do is you can see up here, you're like, well, I kind of want this text up here at the top. So I'm going to click in that cell, right? There's my little blinking cursor, and I can go up to the table button and say, hey, for this cell, show me the properties. And I can say, let's make the vertical alignment top. And there we go. Now, to keep some extra space around the images, I'm going to click here in the table, and I'm going to say, hey, table properties. And there are a couple things we could do. Number one is I'm going to get rid of the border. Now, what the border is, it's this little itty bitty line. And if we don't want that here, again, just go to table and table properties, and we're going to change that to 0. And I'm going to say I want some padding around the cell. So I'm going to throw in 20. And that'll just put a little bit of space around the images. And so when I click on save, and now if I click on save here for the page, it'll give me a preview. And there we go. There's our 20 pixel, and you can make that smaller if you wanted to. There's our eye-catching headline. And there again is the space here. Now, if I wanted this image to be at the top, and maybe I wanted the image up here to be at the top, I can just come back and say, hey, let's click in this cell. And I will go here again. We did this before. I'll go table, cell, cell properties. I want this to be top aligned, which doesn't look like it did anything here, but you'll see when we do the preview. And I'll do the same thing here. I'm in this cell. I go up to the table option, go to cell, cell properties, and say, hey, let's top align that. And now when I click on save, and click on save for the page up here in the upper right-hand corner, there's our preview, and now both the images are at the top. If we want to see what that looks like on a website, I'll click on save and say open the page, and there it is. And so that's a way you can arrange a custom page in any style you like.